What was it like to be away from your family after having not just obviously being close to your family, but being at the center of this family business for all of your life until this point where you go to Spain? What was that like for you?
Well, I decided to not play because I don't like to lose first. So I'm a person that when I go on a court, I go to win. So I knew that I wasn't training good enough or enough to compete. So I preferred to be away from the tournament. And when I put a step on the court, it's to win. That's why I decided to not play. I don't like to be half ready. I like to be fully ready.
Right.
And when you're a center of attention of a family and suddenly you're alone, that was a decision that I wanted to. I wanted to be alone. It was my decision. I wanted to be away from everyone, from everybody that knew me on court or outside of the tennis court.
Were there times when you were away from everybody and everything, as you say, where you thought, I'm not going to go back to tennis? This is it. I'm done with that.
Never. Actually, in 2017, or I don't remember, 16 or 17, I made a decision, and then I went to a road that calls Compostela Road. It's a Christian road, actually, that people go to pray and start from France, and they walk till Portugal. So you have to cross all the France, go to Spain, cross the Spain, and go to Portugal. And I walk probably 600 kilometers alone.
Wow!
With my bag, and I went through all France and Spain. And because I needed to find myself, who I am.
Wow!
And
I didn't know anything about this. Does anybody know about this? Does your parent know about this?
Yeah, they know, of course they know. But in that road, you're alone. You're alone, and you walk, and you're in the nature. And then I walk for 700, 600 kilometers. And then I walked probably for months, and I just keep walking. And at that moment, I realized after my walk, I realized that I wanted to start professionally again. So
wait a minute. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
You walked for 600 kilometers. So
yes.
How many days? How long did it take you?
It's approximately I walk between 25 to 30 kilometers a day.
So this it was about a month you were doing this.
Yes, a bit more than a month.
You with a backpack.
With a backpack, exactly.
And you did this totally alone. You weren't with friends. You weren't
alone. No, alone.
And would you stop at where would you stay at night?
Well, it's a pretty popular road, so there are places for the people. They walk, and there are like rooms or hotel, mini apartments, and you walk until you're tired, and then you stop and you sleep. You eat there, and you go the next day. You wake up and you go and you walk. And
so. At the of course, everybody listening right now wants to do this walk. I want to go do the walk, or sort of. Actually, if I could do it less than a month, that would be so. So at the end of this walk, I mean, is it obviously it's kind of meditative, right? Like as you're walking, you're thinking.
We can say yes.
Yeah,
it's like I meditate a bit, and then I focus on me. I focus on my life. I focus on who I am, the oxygen that I was breathing, the nature, the trees, the bird, the flower, every little thing. I was paying attention of the beauty of this world, and then you realize that in this world you're nothing. You're just a human, and then you can die the next day, that's
by the way,
So,
let me just put this into perspective. So by this time, you're a woman in your late 20s who has, up until the last couple of years, spent your entire life, almost every moment of your entire life, focused on this career that you've had since you were a little kid, with your family around you, with TV cameras around you, with tennis courts around you, and that's been all that you've been able to do. And suddenly you're alone with a knapsack walking. What's one of the biggest things you learned about yourself on that walk?
I would say how strong mentally I am, how that I could pass all the limits that I can imagine, or I would say how my strength is to remember from where I came from. That's the point, where I come from, where my family came from, my grandfather, and back and back. So I have to understand all my generation story, and then once you realize all this, all the where they went through and what they have to do to keep living, and why I ask myself why I'm living, why I'm alive, why it's you ask yourself many questions.
Yes.
When you walk, and when you walk, it's like you ask yourself like life questions,
Yes.
universal question, or about universe, about whatever, everything you put on the table, and you say, okay, who I am, and who I am is Aravane, and what I want is to be a champion, and then now I'm ready to go on. Now I'm ready to move on, and now and after that walk, I realize who really I was and I am, and from that point, I put everything. I do everything in with all my power, with all my strength, to come back on the top level. So from that walk, from that I would say that path, after at the end, I knew what I wanted to do.